Hi, my name is Diego, and this presentation is on the issue of has business and politics destroyed football? Over many years, football has created a great versatility all over the globe, seeing people scream for their country and club and even at their rivals. Since its beginnings of development 150 years ago, football has grown into an international market. Over the course of the mid-19th to 21st century, football has changed the views of organisations, businesses, politics and people from all over the world, from the illustrious and beautiful European football to the grudge and violent South American football. A change has been evident with more and more money being invested into football clubs than ever before. The FIFA World Cup is one of the reasons football has become to what it is today, by uniting the world and showcasing the world's best players at one tournament exemplifies the product and business of football. Over 150 years of rich history of the game, there is now an estimate of 210 million people playing the sport. As great as this sounds, there have however been some dark times in the past which has developed football to what it is today. Business and politics influenced the rise of football. In the mid-1970s, these issues were evident when numerous times corruption and even violence became a media slur and depicted the football traditions. Football was never before seen as a massive marketing investment during the wonder years of the great legends, for example Pelé, Maradona and Franz Beckenbauer. The FIFA World Cup was only growing and the effect of globalization and technology only started to ignite during the 70s and 80s. By the time it reached the 90s and the 21st century, the world has become accustomed to globalization and technology, which gave football the parallel to become one of the biggest sports in the world. With the game changing dramatically by the production of new equipment, state-of-the-art technology for coaching, and smarter coaches and players, this soon gave a reason for media corporations, television, sporting businesses such as Nike and Adidas to take advantage to advertise this beautiful game. This issue ignited football to another level, created passion and love for which became a massive industry for sporting businesses. Such examples are the Nike and Adidas company that have a major sponsorship rights on many players and teams. These illustrious sport companies are not only controlling the world of football but also many other sports, for example golf, American football, tennis, rugby, basketball, volleyball. But have used the FIFA World Cup, UEFA Football Championship and Olympic Games to expand its global market football leadership. With sport players, especially football players, now icons for these large companies, the beauty of the game has changed from football to business quite substantially. It is, in my opinion, advertisement and propaganda today make these players what they are receiving, which is quite a lot of money. Instead of players 30 to 50 years ago not receiving anything, but making the game what it is today with their superb attributes. It is evident, as Friedman discusses, that 30 years ago, legend Diego Maradona, was only getting paid $5 million in 3 years. In this day, players such as David Beckham and Cristiano Ronaldo make over $50 million in 3 years. Endorsement rights and sponsorship have easily made this price much higher. With over 204 member associations of FIFA from every corner of the globe and over 200,000 football clubs, football is the world's largest spectator sport. International competitions like the World Cup attract global audiences of almost 30 billion viewers on TV, and the English Premier League attracts almost 6 billion people worldwide. The interest of people watching these clubs perform and buying t-shirts and becoming members allow teams like Manchester United, Real Madrid and Arsenal qualify as a major international business, as have a current value of over $1 billion and a revenue base of over $300 million. With this amount of money, the clubs can market their team by buying top professional players in the transfer fee. As football was growing rapidly in countries such as England, Scotland, Ireland and Wales in the 19th century, once more countries from Europe began to learn the game. A Frenchman by the name of started an organisation named Fédération Internationale de Football Association, also known as FIFA. This defined football as a provided unifying international body to oversee the development of the international game. As a result, it has played an important part in the development of football by regulating international play, rules and ensuring fairness and stability between all countries. By any measure, football is the most popular sport in the world. It has changed the minds and views of everyone as previously mentioned. However, politics today has been an influential matter as football is governed by many organisations and political rights that have controlled the game over the years. Australia, for this instance, has been in the football industry for quite some time and has defined the evolution of coach. As Stewart explains, the politics and business have been a recurring event which has defined football in Australia with 4 main phases. 1. Metamorphosis. 2. Commercialisation. 3. Bureaucratisation. And 4. Corporatisation. The question if has politics and business destroyed football can be regulated in this section. Football in Australia has seen quite a change within the past 20 to 30 years. Ethnic tensions, family sponsors, preferencing and even business change has contradicted the way football is played today. In 1977, the National Soccer League (NSL) was established to help Australia become more involved with the international game and to compete against other sporting codes in Australia. As this league was the first national premiership competition of any of the sporting codes, the business and ethics tension soon came to realisation that since its inception, the NSL became a highly volatile league plagued by problems and controversies. Several issues have combined to make football such a difficult product to develop at an elite level in Australia. Many issues were raised as teams from different communities around Australia started to participate, revealing their own culture as a reason to support their nation while their countries were in turmoil. Teams such as South Melbourne Ellis, Victorian Greek Soccer Club, Marconi Stallions, Sydney Olympic and Wollongong Macedonia were teams that represented from Europe, and with a wealth and large fan base supporting these teams, they were able to import talent from overseas, further strengthening the success. However, success was soon not achievable, as the business grew on at NSL and couldn't afford financial stability. Former CEO of FFA John O'Neill described the situation as a strained and unworkable relationship with sponsorship and media deals flawed and unattainable, as relations with stakeholders dysfunctional, and while the media were always attacking the league. The Corporate Report 2003 was then instated to analyse from a government perspective how football has been running and what has to be done to succeed this tough sporting nation. The report cited faults as to what Soccer Australia has been doing over 2 decades. The following reasons include 1. Severe financial problem, 2. Reduced staffing levels, 3. Political fighting, 4. Lack of strategic direction and planning, and 5. Mixed results in the playing field in the international area. The Corporate Report 2003 restructured its faults and found key initiatives that will address ideas to help football in Australia become a powerhouse sporting code. One of the main initiatives was to restructure the relationship between Soccer Australia and NSL, and allowing the politics of regional bodies entitlement of structured management and the best interest of the game. Football in Australia has substantially grown since 2003. Frank Lowy, the CEO of FFA, a pioneer of NSL, discovered a new commodity that will introduce a new branding, competition, and management criteria to help football in Australia grow with other international competition. Sport in Australia is quite diverse in many fields and is regarded as one of the top sporting nations in the world. With this, football must compete against the 3 biggest football codes. The commodity that resulted was the Hyundai A-League. Now in its 7th year, the A-League is the fastest growing sport competition in Australia, and in the 21st century providing the top football players within 8 teams the chance to compete against each other throughout a 21-round season. The expansion of the A-League was organised in 2009 to expand the league to 12 teams. This, however, can disrupt the new business commodity in the Hyundai A-League. This will be discussed later. The football codes, which are rugby league, rugby union, and AFL, has always been the top contenders for sport in Australia. The A-League is blemished by the figures of the 3 other football codes, which always consume a great financial stability. This is how the NSL kept struggling, and the Kofi report discussed this. The A-League season is now played during the off-season of the other 3 football codes from October to March to help its product be noticed. However, it now competes against other summer sports such as cricket, tennis, basketball, and netball. Football in Australia has seen a rapid change in the competition over the past couple of years. The expansion bids of the A-League has seen a different aspect of business of football in Australia. 6 teams who originally started are still playing today. However, 5 other teams that have been introduced into the competition have been now dissolved and not allowed to play, as a lack of financial stability, attendance, and poor results may get kicked out. To discuss this further, the A-League expansion bids have been a prime example of how business must be directed to ensure a prominent future for football in Australia. The Canberra A-League bid has been a revolving issue over the past 4 years to whether to produce a team or not. It was directed for a team to have a place in the A-League and must have financial stability and a large fan base. To conclude this paper, the game of football has changed in many aspects from politics to business, and even with marketing to economics. Over many years, politics has been an influential matter as violence and corruption ruled the top stage for football for quite some time. This changed the perspective of football as political organisation became stronger and provided effective rules for both club and countries. As football became stronger, so did globalisation and technology, and allowed global sporting businesses such as Nike and Adidas to produce one of the finest marketing techniques to promote their brands by allowing football teams to be sponsored by them. However, Australian football never tended to focus on the big stage of the sport, and rarely did it provide help by governments and other businesses. As a transition from the commercialisation and bureaucratisation, football in Australia took a turn. A new CEO, new business, and new commodity transformed football in Australia and allowed a great opportunity for employees and even players to be involved in the game. Furthermore, business and politics today has changed the way football is played, and now it continues to grow as the FIFA World Cup is the 2nd biggest sporting event in the world, behind the Olympics, and the football leagues in Europe are now one of the most exciting. Thank you.